Hi guys, Joseph the World here, and before we get into today's video, I quickly just want to talk about why I haven't uploaded for the last few days. I know this is kind of a common thing of me just disappearing randomly, but I'll be honest, physically I have not been well. My body's been through the ringer, just to put it bluntly. Yeah, I don't really have any other excuses. I've been ill the last 2 weeks. And I have had to do a bunch of overtime for work, and I just haven't had time to sit down and make a video. I'm still doing overtime, but today I felt a bit more energized since yesterday wasn't a hard day, if that makes sense. Anyway, today, yet again, we are talking about another disgusting nonce. The disgusting man you see on your screen right now is Lewis Edwards, a former police officer that used Snapchat to engage in sexualized conversations with many minors, over 200 in fact on Snapchat. Lewis made a fake account on Snapchat pretending to be a 14-year-old boy. He then communicated, blackmailed, and threatened underage girls to send him explicit images and other stuff on themselves on Snapchat. He groomed over 200 girls. And then when he was obviously arrested and caught and everything, they found he had over 4,500 indecent images of children, admitted 160 counts of child abuse and blackmail. These girls, from the 210 girls, were aged between 10 and 16 from November 2020 up till February 2023. And all the images obviously were found on his devices. Honestly, this man might be one of the worst prolific predators I've ever covered on this channel. Not only was a police officer and had a position of power, he blackmailed many of these girls, and over 200 of them in just 3 years is bad. Even one is already, bad, but over 200? Disgusted. Now, also, during a police interrogation, I've only got a minute and 34 minutes of footage, but here is footage of him getting interrogated, and all he says is no comment.
Through our line of work, that people search the internet to find indecent images of children. Is that how you obtain this material?
No comment.
Do you, other means we know are like via the dark web, people access the dark web?
No comment.
Is that how you go about obtaining this type of material?
No comment.
Other ways people communicate online with like-minded individuals, and they trade and they share indecent images and videos. Is that what you're doing?
No comment.
Another method might be to directly communicate with the child, whether that be using a profile suggesting you're an adult, or a profile suggesting you yourself may be a child, and then getting children to send material, what we would call first generation material, to you. Is that how you obtain your images and your decent images?
No comment.
That's quite important. What I'm saying to you is, when we examine this hard drive and this desktop computer, where we fully examine it, are we going to find evidence of you engaging in sexual communication with children,
No comment.
inciting children to engage in sexual activity, and sending you pictures and videos themselves,
No comment.
indecent images and videos?
No comment.
Obviously, he was banned from ever becoming a police officer again, at least in that location. He was sentenced to several life sentences, which I believe was 13 life sentences, with a minimum term of 12 years. One of the longest sentences I've covered on this channel for a predator. He was also subject to an indefinite sexual harm prevention order, which obviously bans him from working with children and vulnerable people, and also requires him to keep his personal details logged with police. And there is footage of the sentencing, which I'll show now.
Associated with them. The level of danger posed to children by the defendant is very high. I am satisfied that that risk will continue long into the future, and it is not possible to say when that risk will cease. These are extremely serious offences, and the defendant was a prolific offender. He has caused significant harm to the victims, to their parents, their siblings, and their wider families. It is clear that he not only gained sexual gratification from his offending, but that he also enjoyed the power and control that he had over these young girls. His reaction to their distress can properly be described as cruel and sadistic. His offending is significantly aggravated by the fact that he was a serving police officer. It is very important that the defendant and everyone concerned with this sentence should understand what this sentence means. It is a life sentence. The minimum term is not a fixed term after which the defendant will automatically be released. It is the term that must be served before the parole board can undertake the first review of the case.